without impunity? No! Should we allow Professor Mahmoud to go free?
No! No! Never!
He must be prosecuted and jailed in Nigeria. Yes! Because when you take him to Guatemala or America, there are no mosquitoes there. Yes! We want the cockroaches of Kujia and Kirikiri to bite them. Yes! To bite them and their children's children. Yes! This is what we want, the bed bugs in the beds. Yes! Isn't that what we want? Yes! Isn't that what we want? Yes! Because we are as strong as our laws and as tall as our institutions. Yes. We cannot afford to descend lower than this. We therefore call on President Muhammadu Buhari, whose commitment to free, fair election is engraved in the legacy of Electoral Act of 2022, to for this world, everywhere in Ashanshine except when you come to Africa. And the music now, so it take be. Jaga jaga everywhere. Never no go stay for 24. People there when you're hungry now. Waka suffer. Now why we come here today? This is the headquarters of ECOWAS. And standing here, all protocols observe the national anthem. Arise, O compatriot. To ECOWAS family. We're here today to make a press statement on behalf of several coalition of CSR, CSO, NGOs, youth groups, support groups across different political parties, different religious groups, all represented today as one Nigerian. As our custom is, we will keep reiterating that here with us are APC, PDP, Labour Party, YPP, and all the parties represented. We are for everybody and we are for nobody. so that we make it clear for those who go about and try to taint us that we're standing for a particular party or a particular people. We are Nigerians. Are we not all dying in Zamfara?
Yeah.
Did they not cut us down in Lagos?
Yeah.
Are we not hungry people in Abuja?
Yeah.
When they gather, when they killed us in rivers, did they separate between thieves and Urobo?
No.
Did they separate between Hausas and Igbo people?
No.
We are all Nigerians and we are here together today.
Yes.
And therefore we are here to nurse the bruises of hope. Today we mourn the demise of credibility, the rape of trust, the abuse of will. Today we stand in the ruins of transparency, on the embalming table of inclusion, equity and accountability. Today we are voices, toneless, stripped of music of choice. Today we are Nigerians broken, calling on INEC to count our votes. On the 25th of February 2023, Nigerians trooped to their polling units with one mission: to cast their vote and choose their next leaders. They qualified for the exercise by participating in the year-long continuous voter registration, which witnessed the unprecedented spike as never seen before in any election since 1999. Months later, they returned to collect their permanent voters' cards and went home with a commitment to participate and engage with the process. The chains of apathy was broken, tossed to the belly of oblivion. We were free to experience the full potential of our Nigerianness. Our binding lines were broken in ideology. They held us together. In trust, they washed us like water. In truth, they kept us alive. We breathed the full breath of what being citizens should be in a progressive, secular state. So when the day finally arrived, we had no doubt in our hearts, in the portion that always questioned truth, that our vote must count. But nothing could bluster our belief like the assurance of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, and the INEC chairman, Professor Yakub Mahmood. Recall that a little over a year ago, the President Muhammadu Buhari appended his signature to the Electoral Act, amended Bill of 2022. The fanfare that greeted that amendment can well acclaim recognition as one of the most colorful in our recent history due to its unbroken allegiance to the Nigerian spirit. On that day, we were neither Igbo, Hausa nor Yoruba. We were not ethnic, Tiv or Urobo. No, we were not Bagi, Kanuri or Ijo. On that day, we were Nigerians, full of the potential energies of our land. Hereby, I announce to the leaders of ECOWAS that we hate to announce that today, in the hearts of some, all this has gone to waste. You may have seen the video of diasporans who tore their passport. Some other Nigerians have done same to the fabric of our identity, because INEC, through Professor Yakub Mahmood, chose to silence their voice.
Yes.
So I ask, and we are here to ask collectively, what is the value of democracy if the process that recruits its leaders consistently lack credibility? Perhaps the answer is at the International Conference Center, where Professor Yakub Mahmood began and sustained and concluded collation and declaration of a candidate as winner of the presidential election based on falsehood, contravening the guidelines of the Electoral Act. It is most disturbing that this was done in the full glare of the world. Never has our democracy been so sorely abused by any individual in the public and private service. Professor Yakub Mahmood has raised the bar in impunity that will cost our country many years of electoral excellence to correct. This was not the electronic transmission he promised Nigerians at the Chatham House.
No.
Professor Yakub Mahmood has lied to Nigerians. And abused our right of choice. We hereby, before ECOWAS, pass a vote of no confidence and call for his immediate sack and prosecution. We cannot afford to continue the culture of performing lawlessness without consequences. Can we continue?
No!
Can monkey and baboon continue to swallow money?
No!
When people are going hungry in Nigeria,
No!
our police people dying without ammunition, our soldiers dying without the required equipment,
No!
and accountant general will steal over 100 billion and go free. Can we continue such impunity?
No!
Should we allow Professor Mahmoud to go free?
No! No! Never!
He must be prosecuted and jailed in Nigeria. Because when you take him to Guatemala or America, there are no mosquitoes there. We want the cockroaches of Kuje and Kirikiri to bite them. To bite them and their children's children. This is what we want, the bed bugs in the beds. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we want? Because we are as strong as our laws and as tall as our institutions. We cannot afford to descend lower than this. We therefore call on President Muhammadu Buhari, whose commitment to free, fair election is engraved in the legacy of Electoral Act of 2022, to initiate processes and procedures that will immediately bring Nigerians under the control. And we speak of an interim government under the guise of the fact that it is enshrined in our constitution that election can be redone.
Yes.
And because we do not intend, or do we want President Muhammadu Buhari to go beyond his term?
No!
Therefore, he has to put in place a check that will bring about another chairman of the INEC to put things in place that will allow for another election to be done so that Nigerians can have their true leaders. And therefore, every resolution and litigation pertaining to the conduct of the February 25th election is resolved. The role of ECOWAS as a sub-regional organization, aside its core mandate of promoting economic integration and shared development, is that of the stability. But stability must come on the path of justice, equity and fairness. What happened on the 25th of February 2023 was not an election but a selection. Professor Mahmoud Yakubu's instance on towing the path of illegibility to foist a winner on Nigeria is a dangerous threat to the stability of our country. We implore you to advise our president, Muhammadu Buhari, to listen to the voice of the cries of ordinary Nigerians whose voices were silenced in that election, and so do the right thing. Those whose voices are silenced, are you here? Those who were massacred in Lagos, are you here? Those who were brutalized and shot in Rivers State, are you here? Those who were burnt in Kano, are you here? We are the dead ones. Our country needs healing. It will be counterproductive to allow a fraudulent process to succeed, as fraud will eternally birth fraud.
Exactly.
We cannot grow our democracy on falsehood and suspicion.
No way.
The holes in our national fabric must be woven shut. One way is to immediately establish a Truth and Reconciliation Committee in Lagos State, another flashpoint of voter intimidation and violence during the presidential, National Assembly, governorship and state assembly elections. This will help build trust, confidence, and further ethnic cooperations among Nigerians. This is our plea. Therefore, I reiterate three key components of why we are here. Sack, arrest, and prosecute Professor Yakubu Mahmoud. Cancel the presidential election of 25th February 2023. Compensate all victims of electoral violence, voter suppression, and other electoral atrocities committed during the federal, state election of February 25th and March 11th, respectively. Because, as concerned citizens, we believe that our country is destined for greatness, and are hopeful that in no distant time, our faith will nudge our dream to reality. This is our prayer as we nurse the bruises of hope. For though they force us to precipy. We will not cost our country.
No.
Are we going to cost our country?
No.
Are we going to cost Zamfara State?
No.
Are we going to cost Lagos State?
No.
Are we going to cost INEC?
No.
We will cost Professor Mahmoud Yakub because he is not INEC.
Yes.
We saw some police people collude with some INEC staff and some coppers to snatch and steal ballot boxes. We will not cost the coppers, we will cost those individuals.
Yes.
We will not cost our police, we will cost those individuals.
Yes.
Because we are strong at our institutions.
Yes.
And so we make this clear even here today, because we will not cost our country or stand by those who cost it. We will not steal from our country whatever treasures it possesses in dignity. We will hold to the promise of unity and faith and peace and progress. I will let the comrade to my right, or rather the comrade to my left, the woman to speak in 1 minute, and then to my right, as we draw the conclusion and make our submission to the ECOWAS today.
Great Nigerians!
Great!
Great Nigerians!
Great!
Why are we here today?
Demand for our mandate.
Yes. We are here to ask Professor Mahmoud to step down as an honorable man, to step down, because he has actually gone there. He has made us a laughing stock all over the world. So he must suffer the consequences.
Yes.
We entrusted everything on him. This particular election, we had so much hope, but he has taken everything away from us. So we're here today to call on him to gently go back and resign and crawl back to his space and remain there. Is that why we're here?
Yes.
Is that what we are asking for?
Yes.
Great Nigerians!
Great. Justice.
Yes.
We fight for a new
We are not just
Nigeria.
Igbos here. We are not just Hausas here. We are not just Fulanis. We are not just Yorubas. We are Nigerians.
Yes.
And we are asking for the same thing.
Yes.
Sack Professor Mahmoud.
Yes.
Give us an interim government.
Exactly.
And restore our mandate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Greatest Nigerian people.
Great.
Greatest Nigerian people.
Great.
We are here to make submissions to ECOWAS, to remind ECOWAS that your big brother Nigeria is in trouble. Nigeria is a troubled state, and we are asking that ECOWAS should also take that into cognizance. That on the 25th of February, Nigerians went into elections to elect their leaders. And that simple right was taken away from Nigerians because the results that were announced by the National Independent Electoral Commission did not reflect the will of the Nigerian people. Or did the election reflect your will, the result? That election did not meet simple guidelines that are the guiding principles of INEC. The simple 25 majority that every president in Nigeria is supposed to attain in the Federal Capital Territory. The candidates declared by INEC to be the winner did not reach that legal mark.
No.
INEC went ahead to declare him winner. And we are here as Nigerians who are saying that, look, we should be given opportunity to elect our own leaders ourselves. It is a simple right we are asking.
Yes.
And we are here to make that the position. That in every African country, Africans should be allowed to elect their leaders.
Yes.
Africans should be allowed a simple right to elect their leaders.
Yes.
And the leaders shouldn't be selected for us. That is why we are here as young people, peaceful young people, and like my other comrades have said, we are Nigerians in search for a great nation. We need leaders that will take away poverty from our land. We need leaders that will bring us to prosperity and abundance. Nigeria is highly endowed. but all of those endowments are to nothing. We don't have good roads, we don't have electricity, we don't have hospitals.
No, we don't.
And we want leaders that we want to elect our leaders ourselves. Leaders that we believe in, that will give us all of those things.
Yes.
Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. God bless ECOWAS.
Freedom cometh by struggle. Freedom comes by struggle, by struggle. Freedom come by struggle, by struggle. Freedom come by struggle, by struggle. Freedom come. When I remember my mood, water run away my mood. When I remember my mood, water run away my mood. When we remember the killings, water run away Before we make our submission, as our custom is, to demonstrate our will and our strength in Nigeria, we will go on our knees as we take here we stand.
As a people, with one song, with one voice, wearing it, our land, where there's no law or song.
Thank you. Wait. Oh, I Thank you.
Freedom come by struggle, by struggle.
Also make a submission. Nigeria is seen as a big brother in the ECOWAS, you know. But when the big brother is misbehaving, the effect of it is that it never allows Africa to grow. I mean, we have all traveled. I've been to many African countries, and I recount in Syria alone, in Liberia, in Namibia, all over the place, in Kenya. They're all waiting for Nigeria to rise up. So this, what has happened in the 2023 general election, the effect is not just Nigeria. The effect is Africa, because until Nigeria wakes up and rises and do the right thing, Africa literally will not wake up. And I speak literally because everywhere we have been, you know, they're waiting for Nigeria to wake up. And so it is symbolic and significant for ECOWAS to talk to their senior brother who is misbehaving. And so we made a submission, you know, today, and asking that never has it been ever seen, no single person ever in the history of Nigeria has decimated, dismantled, you know, has pulverized and shamed, you know, the institution of INEC like Professor Yakubu Mahmoud has done. You know, in the blatant glare of the whole world, he shamed, scammed, fraudulently, you know, announced results that were completely a sham. And so we are holding him accountable, because to be silent is complicit. We're saying to the whole world that we accept shame, you know, uselessness and corruption. And we're saying that we're ratifying that the brigandage and the breaking of law and order in Nigeria is perfect.